Hello. So, good morning, everyone. As we all know that we have started with the first chapter of Surveying 2, which is your tachometric surveying, in which we have discussed about the various methods of tachometric surveying, in which the first method was the fixed hair method. And in the previous class, we have completed all the theoretical part and numerical related to your fixed hair method. Today, we are going to start with the next method of tachometric surveying, that is called as the movable hair method. This method we have already discussed in the previous class. How does this method works? Let me little bit revise you. In movable hair method, as I've told you, if there is a tachometer. In tachometer, there is a diaphragm which consists of what? Top, central, and bottom hair. Okay. In the fixed hair method, this top and bottom hair was fixed at a certain distance. They were not moving. But in case of movable hair method, what you have to do, what in this there is a leveling staff in which targets are already marked. There is a first target, there is a second target. So whenever you bisect the object, so suppose your top hair reading is coming over here, your bottom hair reading is coming over here. But what you have to do that you will have to adjust this diaphragm to the first target. So you will have to move it upward, and similarly you will have to bisect this target also by the bottom here. So we'll have to move this diaphragm, this hair at the bottom. So in this way you have to adjust this diaphragm. So because these are movable, this hair can be moved, therefore the method was called as the movable hair method. Okay. Mostly in field, the method which has been adopted is your fixed hair method only. Your movable hair method is not generally used, but it is a type. So you need to know exactly what it is, a movable hair method. Okay. So in movable hair method, you can see over here, this is a diagram representation of what your diaphragm. In this you can see that this is the top upper movable hair, this is the fixed hair. Okay, one more thing, the central hair is always a fixed. Okay, that cannot be moved. The lower hair, uh, as you can see that there is a screw provided over here. Okay. And there is a screw provided at the bottom. So with the help of this micrometer screw you can turn this, you can move this upper hair to the upside and downside, and similarly this lower movable hair can be moved up or down with the help of this micrometer screw. Okay. Over here, the graduations are marked as 10, 20, 30, and 10, 20, 20, 30. So by how much amount you are turning the screw, that can be noted by these readings. And similarly, if there over here also there is graduation mark. So what you can do, by how much amount you are turning the screw, you can get the number. Okay. And based on this formula, you need to understand this formula. In order to calculate the horizontal distance, we need to use this formula. In case of mobile hair method, D equals to what? C into S by N plus F plus D, where C is the constant varying from 600 to 1000. Okay, C is a constant which is having a value between 600 to 1000. N is the sum of the reading in micrometer. So N is nothing but the sum of the reading in the micrometer. Suppose the reading at the top is coming out to be 11, and the reading at the bottom is coming out to be 10. That means 11 plus 10, that will give you the number value of N. Okay. N is the sum of the reading in the micrometer. S is the staff reading. S is the staff intercept, and F plus D is nothing but a constant. Okay. So when the line of sight is inclined, the distance is calculated by the formula. Similar one is used in the fixed hair method, namely. Okay. So in case this is for what, when the line of sight is perfectly horizontal. In that case, this formula is used. If line of sight is inclined upward, uh, that means you will have to use this formula. D equals to what? C into S into cos square theta by n plus F plus D cos theta. Okay. This is the formula which has been given, which we have to use in order to calculate the horizontal distance. Now we will see the numericals related to this. Uh, In your university exam, mostly the questions are asked related to your fixed hair method and tangential method, but your movable hair method is generally not asked because these questions are very simple. But you need to know how it has been calculated. So the question one is saying that the micrometer reading is substance theodolite are 3.455 and 3.405. The distance between the target is 3 meters. So over here you can see that there is given that the distance between the target is there. So by this only you can understand that this is not a problem of fixed hair method. This is a problem of your movable hair method. Okay, so the micrometer, or over here it is also saying that there is a micrometer reading. So whenever these terms are coming, the micrometer readings in the targets, that means it is clearly mentioning that this is not a fixed hair method question. This is something different from fixed hair method. Okay. Then the constant of instrument is what, 600 over here. As I've told you, the values of constant vary from 600 to 1000. So over here, by getting the constant of 600, you can clearly understand that this is a Morgan error method, and it is, and the next constant is zero point 0.5. Calculate the distance between the instrument and the staff solution. So by using the formula, we can use, because it is not mentioning over here that it is inclined upward or downward. That means it is perfectly horizontal. Then we need to use the first formula. Okay, which is nothing but what, C into S by N plus F plus D. So C is what, 600, F plus D is zero point 0.5, N is what, the summation of what, this reading plus this reading, so 3.455 plus 3.405. Okay, the staff target is already fixed, which is 3 meters. So by using this formula, we can easily calculate the horizontal distance, 262.89 meter. Okay, the next question is what, the same distance was measured by a tachometer. So the same distance was measured by a tachometer and a substance theodolite. Records the tachometer reading as follows. So the staff intercept was coming out to be 1.255. The angle of elevation was what, 5 degrees 0 minutes. So here there were no angle, but in this case the angle has been given. That means it is either inclined upward or downward. We need to use this formula in this case. Okay. The next part, what it is saying that F by I is 100, F plus D is zero point 0.2, and the substance hydrolyte reading is what? Staff intercept is 2 meter. This is in case of second case. Angle of elevation is 5 degree 30 minutes. Constant is 1000 and 0.3. Find the total number of turns in micrometer. That means we need to calculate the value of n. Okay, so the first case, we'll try to calculate for the first case. So the first case, if we had got the formula for inclined upward, D equals to what, C into S into cos square theta by N plus F plus D cos theta. So F by I is 100, S is 1.225 because the S value is given over here, 1.255 into cos square theta. That means cos square plus 5 degree. F plus D is zero point 0.2 and cos again 5 degree. So the final value is coming out to be what, 124.5 plus zero point 0.2, which is coming out to be 124.75. Okay, so this is the answer for first case. Uh, okay, over here you can see that the first case it is saying that the distance was measured by a tachometer. First it is saying that it is a tachometer, then it is a substance line. So in the first case we are using the formula which is related to the fixed price method, which is d equals to what, F by I into S cos square theta plus F plus D cos theta. Because it is mentioning that in first case it is using a tachometer. Okay, in the second case it is using a substance line. That means that is your movable hair method. Okay, so n we need to find out. C is equals to 1000, S is equals to 2 meter, F plus D is equals to zero point 0.3, and theta is equals to 5 degree 30 minutes. So we'll put all the value over here in this formula. D equals to what, C into S into cos square theta by n plus F plus D cos theta. So by using all the formula, and we also know the distance over here, the distance was coming out for the same point. The distance was coming out to be 124.75. So we'll write 124.75 over here, and we'll try to calculate the value of n. So the value of n is coming out to be what, 15.91. So this is the answer. This is the number of turns of in micrometer. Okay. So in this type of question, what you need to do is that you need to uh, you need to understand the question and read the question very carefully, because when it is mentioning over here the tachometer, when it is mentioning over here it is a substance theodolite. So depending upon that, you will have to use that formulas. Okay. So this is very important that you read the question properly and then you use your formulas based on that. Okay, because over here I also got confused that it was asking about substance hydrolite, but then I properly read that it is saying that the first case was for tachometer, that means for your fixed term method, and the second case is for your subtensed theodolite, that is for your second case, that is for your movable hair method. Okay, so the formula changes accordingly. Okay, so this is the second method we have completed with the second method of your tachymetric serving, and now we'll start with the next and the last method of your tachymetric serving, that is called as the tangential method. In tangential method, as I have told you earlier, that in this type of method we don't need a special type of tachymeter or a diaphragm. In this, a normal theodolite can be used. Okay, uh, the only difference in this method is what we need to take more observation as compared to a fixed air method. Okay, how you will do in this method? Try to calculate the horizontal distance E over here. Suppose there is a theodolite in which what there is a diaphragm which is only having one vertical layer and one horizontal layer. Okay, this much only we have got in a normal theodolite, and with the help of this, we will try to calculate what the horizontal distance. So in this, what you have to do that in this also there is a leveling staff which have a target fix, which has a target fix. That means this value will be always fixed. This value will be always fixed. What you need to do what? Suppose this is your instrument. So what you have to do is what you will have to take two observations. First, you will bisect this point, and then you will bisect this point. Okay, so based on that, you will measure this horizontal angle. This is the vertical angle, and you will have to measure this vertical angle. And then by applying certain your trigonometric formulas, you can easily calculate what the horizontal distance between them. Okay, so one by one we will do. What are the formula we write? Okay, so first one is what we'll try to uh, we'll try to consider all the cases one by one. So the first case is what? When the both angles of the targets are in elevation. So first case is what? When the both the angles are in elevation. So let me show you the diagram of where that. So over here you can see that this is your theodolite. Okay, this is your horizontal line of sight, and the first point is B1 and the second point is B2. So the from the horizontal line of sight, the angle for B1 is theta 1 and the angle for B2 is your theta 2. Okay, from here to here the distance is D. Okay, from this horizontal line of sight to the bottom up, in this case the bottom reading is considered to be your vertical height. Okay, so till bottom the height is given as V. This height is called as your staff intercept, that is denoted by S, and from the bottom to the center, from the to the ground, the value is given as H. Okay. Now by using what your trigonometric formulas, you can calculate what the horizontal distance. Okay. So in order to calculate what, first we need to consider this total triangle, first triangle, which is what considering theta 1. So suppose tan theta is what? So once you calculate what tan theta, so as you can see that in this triangle, in the theta 1 triangle, okay, the first total triangle, this triangle. So tan theta will be what? Perpendicular upon base. So perpendicular over here is what? V plus S, so this will be V plus S, and then the base is this, nothing but your D. Okay, so you can write this as what? D tan theta. Over here it is written D tan theta 1 equals to what? V plus S. Okay, and after that, it is saying that V equals to what? D tan theta 2. Okay, so in the second case, what you can do that? This is for the first case. When you are considering what the bigger triangle, now in the second case, you will have to consider the smaller triangle, this triangle from here to here. So in that, tan theta 2 will be what? Theta 2 is what? This height is what? V. So perpendicular upon base, which is nothing but your D. Okay. So V equals to what? D tan theta 2. So these are the two conditions we have got by using trigonometric formulas. Now, uh, as you can see that we can replace this value of V by what? As your d tan theta 2. Okay, so d tan theta 2 we will write over here plus S plus d tan theta 1. So we'll take this d tan theta 2 over here. So that will be what d tan theta 2 minus what d tan theta 1 minus d tan theta 2. Okay. Okay. So finally the formula for d, because we need to calculate the horizontal distance, so we'll keep d on this side, and S divided by what tan theta 1 minus tan theta 2. That will give you the value of d. So in the similar manner, we can use what this V formula. So over here we have what we want the vertical height. So we will put the value of D. So D we have got S into what tan theta 1 minus tan theta 2. Over here it is tan theta 2. So you can get your value of A. So RL of A is what? RL of instrument axis. This is RL of instrument axis plus V minus what S. That will give you the horizontal distance. So okay. I hope you have understood this. This is nothing but a simple trigonometric formulas what we are using in this. So this was the first case where both the points or the targets are in the elevation. Second case is for what when both the targets are at in depression, that is below the line of axis. Okay, so in that case, what are the formulas which have been changing? So here you can see that when both the angles of the targets are in depression. So what we have to do in that situation? So in that situation, the first point is coming at theta 1, which is B1. Second point is coming at theta 2, which is point B2. And this vertical height from the bottom to the bottom is what B, and from the bottom to the ground it is H, and this distance is what horizontal distance is what D. So over here, firstly you will have to calculate what the first angle. So in the first angle there is a small triangle. Mm, we give you how? Okay. Okay. First we'll consider the bigger triangle. This is theta 2. Okay. This is the horizontal distance D. This is theta 2. This is horizontal distance D, and the total height is coming out to be V. So by applying tan theta will be what? Tan theta will be what? Perpendicular upon base. So V by D. Okay. So D tan theta 1. Theta 2, sorry, d tan theta 2 equals to what V. This is the formula which we have got for the from the first case. And in the second case, what we are doing that in the second case we have to consider this value. Okay, firstly the total distance coming out to be V, and in the second from theta 1 we will have to minus this S. So V minus S will be the vertical height. Okay, this will be D. So second case will be what? V minus S into D tan theta 1. Okay. Now we will put this value of V. We have got D tan theta 2, so we'll put D tan theta 2 over here. Okay. Then we need the value of only S, so we'll take S on the right hand side and all the other terms on the left hand side. So S we are taking on this side. So D tan theta 2 will be what? Minus. Okay. And this is what already D tan theta 2. So D tan theta 2 minus what? Tan theta 1 D common. So from here we can calculate the distance D by keeping D on the left and right hand side and divide this value by what? S. So we'll get the value of D. And similarly by putting the value of D in this formula, we'll get the value of V, which is what D tan theta 2 equals what S tan theta 2 into tan theta 2 minus theta 1. Okay, so the RL of instrument axis will be what? Over here we need to go in the bottom, so we need to minus both the terms, which is what RL of instrument axis is minus V and minus H. Okay, now the third case, when one will be in elevation and one will be in depression. So what when angles when angle is that of elevation and other that of depression. So one angle is in elevation and one is in depression. So which the elevation point which is in elevation is B1 and the point which is in depression is B2. So the angle from the instrument axis is theta 1 for B1, and for the second point is this theta 2. The value for target is B1, B2, and from center to the bottom height, as I've told you, is your V. This total height is nothing but your S from B1 to B2, and the bottom to ground is nothing but your H. Okay. So now we'll apply the trigonometric formulas in this. First, we consider the first triangle, which is formed with the help of theta 2. T1, A1, B2. This angle we need to consider. So what will be the height? This height is what V. So tan theta will be what? V by D. Okay. So tan, this will be tan theta 2. Theta 2. So the first condition is what? V equals to what? D tan theta 2. This is from theta 2. And in case of theta 1, this will be what? This height. So that will be what? So this distance is what? S. So S minus V. S, the formula will be what? S minus V by D. So the second case will be what? S minus V by D tan theta 1. Okay. Now over here we have got the value of V. So we'll put the value of V as D tan theta 2 in this condition. Okay. And we'll keep S on this side and all the other terms on that side. So D tan theta 1, and over here it was coming out to be D tan theta 2, which will be in minus. This was already minus over here. That will be going over here and there. On the right hand side it will become positive. Okay, so the final formula for D is coming out to be what? S tan theta 1 plus tan theta 2. Okay, V equals to what? Again, we need to find out the value of V, so we will put the value of D. So D is coming out to be D tan theta 2, so the final value is coming out to be S tan theta 2 divided by what? Tan theta 1 plus tan theta 2. Okay, so RL of instrument axis, RL of A, what we can do that we have got the RL of instrument axis minus V minus H. We will get what? The RL. Okay, so in this way you can calculate what? Uh, by using simple trigonometric formulas, your horizontal distance as well as vertical distance. Okay, so don't need to remember all these formulas because depending upon your condition, you can derive the formula for your vertical distance and your horizontal distance. Okay, so we will do some numericals related to this. Okay, the first numerical is saying that the following observations were taken with a theodolite. So you can see that it is mentioning over a transit theodolite. There are different terminology used for different methods. In fixed hair method, it was saying that it is a tachometer. In mobile hair method, it was saying that it is a substance theodolite. And in your last method, that is the tangential method, it is saying that it is a simple transit theodolite. Okay, so you need to remember all this. So the question is saying that if the instrument is at point O, the staff is at point A, the lower targets and the upper targets are given. One it is at an angle of 4 degree 30 minutes, second is at an angle of 6 degree 30 minutes. The staff reading is 0.950, which is at the lower one, and at the upper one it is coming out to be 3.250. And the RL of instrument axis is already given, which is 255.500. Okay, so this is the diagram. This will be the diagram. The first point is coming at this point. The lower point is at an angle of 4 degree 30 minutes. The upper one is at an angle of 6 degree 30 minutes. So okay, so based on your formulas we can derive. Now you can see that we have marked already the notations from the bottom to this point. It is H. From here to here, the difference between these two readings will be what? S. And from the bottom to the instrument axis, the height is what? V. Now you can use your formulas based on this diagram only, and you can calculate what your horizontal distance. So the staff intercept is given. It is not given, but it is given in the form of readings. The first reading is upper air reading is coming out to be 3.250, and the bottom reading is coming out to be 0.950. So the difference of these two readings will be what your staff intercept. Okay, H is given. That is the central air reading is given or what? Mm, oh, sorry, the bottom air reading is given. So H is nothing but your bottom air reading. In this case, there is no central air. In this case, we need to consider the bottom air reading as a central air reading. Okay, so H is 0.950. Okay, now by using what your trigonometric formula, you can calculate what the horizontal distance. Okay, we'll try to calculate the horizontal distance. In what way? Uh, as you all know that the formula for what when both the cases are inclined upward, the formula is what? The formula was coming out to be this: D equals to what? S into tan theta 1 minus tan theta 2. So we will get confused in what which we need to take the theta 1, which we need to take theta 2. So we'll try to calculate it by ourselves only. So we'll consider the first one, this one, 4 degree 30 minutes. So tan 4 degree 30 minutes equals to what? So smaller angle is what from here to here. So the total height is coming out to be for smaller triangle. The total height is B and this is D. Okay. So D tan 4 degree 30 minutes equals to what? B. Okay. This is the first condition. In the second case, we need to consider the both. Okay. So in that case, the formula will be what? Tan 6 degree 30 minutes equals to what? Some total height will be what? V plus S. So V plus S divided by D. So the second equation which is coming out to be what? D tan 6 degree 30 minutes equals to what? V plus S. Okay. So these are the two conditions. So we'll put what? The value of V as D tan 4 degree 30 minutes. So the final equation which is coming out is what? D tan 6 degree 30 minutes equals to what? Instead of V, we are putting what? D, this value, D tan 4 degree 30 minutes plus S. Okay, so now by using this formula, we can easily calculate what the horizontal distance. We will keep the D terms on the left hand side and S on the right hand side. So S equals to what? D tan 6 degree 30 minutes. This will be minus. So D tan 6 degree minus what? 4 degree 30 minutes. D is common. So in this we need to calculate the value of D. So we will keep the D on this hand side, and we'll divide the value of this by S. Now this is the formula which has been coming. Now we have got the value of S. So based on this calculation, we have easily calculated what the distance D, which is coming out to be 65 degree 3.40 meter. Okay. After this, we also need to calculate the RL of point A. So RL of point A can be easily calculated by what? We have got the value of V equals to what? D tan theta, D tan 4 degree 30 minutes. So we'll put the value of D over here and multiply by tan 4 degree 30 minutes. You can easily get the value of what? V, which is coming out to be 5.142. So the RL of A will be what? The RL of instrument axis. This axis instrument RL is already given, plus V minus H. So RL of instrument axis plus V minus H, that will give you the value of what? Your RL of A. Okay. Then we will do the last numerical related to this, and after that we will end this topic. Okay, to find the reduced level of station B, two observations are taken by a theodolite from a station A, one to a benchmark and other to station B. The records are as follows. So two readings have been taken. One is one reading has been taken on a benchmark, one reading has been taken at a point B. So this is the lower and upper hair reading, this is the lower and upper hair reading, this is the column, these are the angles, and these are the staff reading, these are the RL of benchmark. Okay, so first we need to draw the diagram based on this. So first reading has been taken on the benchmark, both are coming minus, that means it is on the sloping ground. So this is the instrument, both angles are coming on the downward side, minus, because both are coming on the negative. So we'll write this 7 degree, this 10 degree. Okay, benchmark this from here to here. The bottom reading will be what? V. This is total S, and from bottom to the ground will be H1. So first we are considering all the terms as H1, S1, and V1. Over here, one angle is in what elevation? One angle is the lower one is coming to be negative, that is which is below the line of axis. One is above the line of axis. Okay, so the angle which is coming below above is plus 4 and the lower one is minus 5. This lower one is minus 5. This is minus. This is positive 4. Okay. The total distances was S2. From the instrument axis to the bottom air reading will be V2, and from the bottom to the ground that will be your H2. Okay. From the first observation, what we need to calculate is what we need to find the RL of point B and the distance between the benchmark and the station B. Okay. So we need to calculate the RL of B. We need to calculate this elevation, and we need to calculate the distance between benchmark to your point B. So we'll do the first observation. Try to calculate one by one. So S1 will be what? First one will be what? The readings are given 2.655 minus 0.655. That will give you the S1. H1 is what? The bottom air reading, which is 0.655. So V1 we can calculate by using what? The same formula. V1 equals to what? D1 tan theta 10 degree. Okay. So how you have got this? The total angle was coming to be 10. We need to consider this total triangle. So the total triangle, the vertical height is V divided by what D. So V1 equals to what? D1 into tan theta 1. In the second case, this smaller triangle, we need to minus V with your S1. So that will be what? V minus S1 into D tan 7 degree. So by using what? Now over here in this V1 we will put what this value D1 into tan theta 1. So this is over here positive, that will become negative over here. So D tan theta 10 degree minus tan 7 degree. So final value of D is coming out to be what? So 37.311. So from here we can calculate the vertical height also. V1 is coming out to be what? Input anyone, put this term, this D term in any one of this equation, you will get the value of V1. So V1 is coming out to be 6.578 meter. Now from here we can get the RL of instrument axis, which will be what? Benchmark plus H1 plus V1. So RL of instrument axis will be what? RL of benchmark, which is 510.5 plus the bottom air reading, which is H1 plus V1 6.578. That will give you the instrument axis level, because this will be required in order to calculate the RL of B. Okay, now the second observation. In the second observation, what we are doing, uh, in the second observation, first we are considering the bottom angle. So this will be what? V2, because this height is what? V2 by what? The horizontal distance D2, because this is D1, this is D2. And in the second case, it will be what? S minus V. The angle for this one, it will be what? S minus V2. So this is minus, okay? S2 minus V2 equals to what? D tan 4 degree, okay? So now we will put the value of V2 over here. This is already minus, that will go on the right hand side, it will become positive. So the final formula is what? S2 equals to what? D2 into tan 5 degree plus tan 4 degree. And S2 we can calculate by using taking the difference of the two reading, and H2 is the smaller reading. So the D2 value is coming out to be 12.396 meter, and based on this D2 we can calculate the V2, which is coming out to be 1.085. Now the RL of B, how you can calculate the RL of B, because you have got the instrument axis level. This will be minus V2, this will be minus H2. So minus V2 minus H2, that will give you the RL of point B, which is coming out to be what? 515.9 515.398. Okay, and we also need to calculate the distance between the point from benchmark to B, which will be the addition of the two distance. One was coming out to be 37.31, one was coming out to be 12.369. So we'll add all this value and we'll get the horizontal distance, which is 49.706 meter. Okay, so in this way we have completed with the last method of your tachometric surveying, that is the tangential method. Okay, so we have completed all the methods related to tachometric surveying. There is also one more thing which is also used for sometimes measuring horizontal distance, which is also called as a subtance bar. You need to know this, what is a subtance bar. So basically it is all theoretical part. You need to understand what it is. The subtance bar is an instrument used for measuring horizontal distance between the instrument station and the point where the subtance bar is to be set on. So basically it is used for measuring what? Horizontal distance. In this method, the staff target is not necessary. The theodolite required is also an ordinary transit type. So you don't require any special type of theodolite. A normal theodolite can be used. Our targets are bisected by the theodolite, and the horizontal angle made by the targets with the instrument station is measured. So we need to measure the horizontal distance or the horizontal angle which has been marked on that particular point. After the horizontal distance is computed, horizontal, so based on certain calculation, we will calculate what the horizontal distance. The subtend bar is a metal. Generally, it is a metal bar which is varying from 3 to 4 meter. Generally, the length of the substance bar is 3 to 4 meter. There are two discs of diameter 20 centimeter at both the end of the bar. Okay, there is a diagram that I will like to show you. So over here you can see that this is a substance bar. The length is generally 3 to 4 meter. It consists of two discs. This is your one disc. This is your second disc. Okay, the disc is painted in black or red in the front and white on the other side. So generally it has been painted black or red generally for higher visibilities. Okay, in the front side. Uh, in the front side of the disc, a circle of about 7.5 centimeters is painted black or white with the central position. So at the center it is been painted with black and white. An alidade is been provided at the center of the bar. As you can see, there is an alidade provided. This alidade we have studied in plane timber surveying. The alidade is made perpendicular to the axis of the bar. So generally, this alidade is made perpendicular means what? A 90-degree angle is been made with the axis of the bar. That means what? This angle and this angle should be perfectly what? 90 degree. The purpose of providing alidade is to make the line of sight perfectly perpendicular to the axis of the bar. We need in surveying we need to keep the line always perpendicular for better calculation. Okay, the spirit level is also provided in order to make the uh, instrument perfectly level. The bar is mounted on a tripod which contains a ball socket arrangement by the facility of for the facility of leveling. The discs are generally placed 3 meter apart at to serve as the target. So basically, what you have to do is this has been provided with an tripod in which your ball and socket arrangement has been provided so that you can perfectly level it. Okay. Now, how the observation you will do in this substance theodolite? Consider a transit theodolite set up at point T. Suppose there is a transit theodolite which has been fixed at point T. Now, the transit theodolite is being perfectly. Now the substance bar is centered at and level at point C. So you need to find out the wherever you need to find out the horizontal distance at that point you will have to set up your substance bar sorry. तो जहाँ पे भी अपने को डिस्टेंस मेजर करना है जहाँ तक कि वहाँ पे आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा सबटेंस सेटेलाइट को सबटेंस बार को वहाँ पे जाके रखना पड़ेगा. ओके T1 पे क्या है T1 पे अपना अपना ट्रांजिट सेटेलाइट है. नाउ now there is two target fixed, which is one target is at point B, one target is at point D. Okay. Uh, then what it is saying that the target distance is fixed. That means the distance between this point from B to C, the distance is fixed. So the starboard distance is coming out to be 3 meter. H is the required horizontal distance. This H we need to calculate the horizontal distance. With the help of what the alidade, the line of sight of the telescope of the theodolite is made perpendicular to the line of axis of the bar. With the help of alidade, we will make it perpendicular with the theodolite. Okay, the horizontal angle BTD is measured by repetition methods. So you need to measure the horizontal distance BTD from B, T, and D. This angle is been measured. Now TC is the perpendicular to BD. Now TC is perpendicular to BD. Okay, and C is the middle point of the BD, and C is the middle point of BD. So from uh, BTC, tan theta 2 will be what? S by 2 by H. So basically, you are doing what we are applying perpendicular your trigonometric formula in this particular formula. So because this is at the midpoint, this will be what? S by 2. So tan theta will be what? Perpendicular upon base. So perpendicular will be what? S by 2 theta 2. This will be theta 2 because we are considering half angle. Uh, and this will be what? H. So based on this formula, we have got the value of staff intercept. We will be having what the angle also. So half the angle, we can easily calculate what the horizontal distance, okay, by using your subtends bar. So this is the last part of your tachometric surveying. Hope you have understood all the uh, methods very clearly about tachometric surveying. In the next chapter, we'll start with the curves. Okay, that is also very important. Okay, thank you so much. If you have any doubts related to this topic, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, thank you.